Alright, here we go. This is a custom 1v1 on Storm. Storm originally by Shadow Ultima. Got a custom map that went into the map pool, and it will be between the red player on the left side. It is happydeath in the classic Helix, and on the right side it is R3ddog in the Shark Helix. Is that what that one is? I think that's the Shark Helix. And if you might notice, I don't know what kind of monitor you have, but you can now watch these videos in glorious 1440p 60 FPS, I think, if my computer can keep up with this recording. So 25 seconds left in pregame. I'm a little surprised you get a whole minute for your loadouts, because it's not like you're making a loadout, you're just selecting which loadout you get. So now we will get things going. Happydeath and R3ddog probably going to go pretty standard. R3ddog going for the corner first. That's standard option number one. You can really go either or, just depending. It's kind of a personal preference. But he's using no units. Happydeath, though, probably killed... Okay, killed the Dillo, got the Gemini down, and held creeps, but one was let go. So they're both not doing exactly perfect, I would say. But they'll still both keep it competitive, so it's going to be a really close race up until the mid-fight starts. I don't see any of these players going for harass, especially as Helix. I guess you can cause a little bit of trouble with your ground, air-to-ground missiles. If you can luckily catch one of your, basically your enemy that you're harassing low on health before they go back to their outpost, you can finish them off on the ground. That tends to be a little bit of a luck factor that's involved, but doesn't look like it's going to happen here anytime soon. But yeah, that does happen with harassing helices, whatever you want to say. Both players having their closest outposts. Happydeath taking his forward a little bit sooner than R3ddog. R3ddog now coming with the 4 creeps, and Happydeath already has his units ferried to the other side of his outpost. R3ddog. So this was a Seeker. You don't need to kill the Seeker, because that is an AA unit only, so it's only going to hit your mech. It did spawn a SAM, but I don't think that's enough to neutralize, knock down any of the infantry in your outpost, even if it does spawn the SAM. So, but that is up to testing, I guess. And Happydeath with, let's see if that's perfect placement. No, the goalie is firing against the Gemini, so the Gemini actually might go down. What is R3ddog doing? He has not started fighting the actual mid-fight yet, just clearing the T-99 now, and gonna go for a little bit of harass. Oh, it looks like he's gonna do a fast ferry, catches Happydeath with a little bit of a unit, light unit presence here at the top, but all Happydeath has to do is start ferrying as well, and he has, defender's advantage. Oh, but Happydeath had tanks back there, so gonna pull back a little bit? I'm not sure. I think Happydeath will be okay, especially considering that he has, he has an outpost here, but the Butcher's going down by R3ddog, and he actually might be able to get the better of this exchange. 16 to 20, so R3ddog is slightly ahead, and I think all of each player's units are right here on the screen right now. There's nothing else left on the map. R3ddog getting really close to death, but does get away there before he gets finished off. Happydeath forced to bring some creeps back to keep the outpost under his control, and providing some distraction fire. R3ddog still non-stop pressure. I think 100% of his credits and units built are going into this attack. This is basically an all-in for R3ddog. Well, not really. Even if he fails, he can still pull back and continue to fight, whereas Happydeath, it seems like he is going to be on the back foot. Grabs the one gaddy he had down there. The outpost does go down to neutral. The brutes are, or not the brutes, the butchers are not going in, but the creeps go down for R3ddog, and it does look like he will be able to take this under his control, but will he be able to hold it? Their gaddy is firing in like crazy, and Happydeath has lost this top left forward outpost. So if R3ddog can hold it, that is a massive advantage and massive lead he will have taken before the 3-minute mark even. Gaddies are very, very strong, though. Gaddies are very, very strong, and with a little bit of good micro like Happydeath's doing, he will be able to get this neutralized. Will the 4 creeps go in? Will the 4 creeps go in, and will Happydeath be able to take out some units? Yes, he is. So the Gaddies go behind the Longhorn, shooting them in their weak spot, and R3ddog getting finished off by Happydeath in the air over there. So Happydeath able to bring this back. Upkeep counts have evened out 4 to 10 right now, actually. Now it's in favor of Happydeath because R3ddog has lost every single unit, and now he is technically going to be behind, especially he has not even started on, oh no, well, the goalie. No, the goalies have been healed back to health, so that's whatever. But Happydeath starting bunker now, just in case, and R3ddog going to start a more standard fight, but that was a very, very exciting move by R3ddog, trying to take that forward immediately, completely skipping over the mid fight. And did notice that Happy Death was a little bit light at the top there, and almost was able to pull it off. But getting probably, I don't know, even if he didn't die, if he would still be able to to hold it. But Happy Death gonna try a quick, okay, gonna harass the fort right now. Whereas R3ddog, yeah, he has plenty of units over here, so he was okay. A nice unit composition. He was okay to do that side, thing, this just extra attack. Distraction. Forced R3ddog a little bit back, but R3ddog not taking that much damage and dropping creeps in defense, which was a great move. And now Happy ferrying over, but probably needs to pull back at this point because not being very successful at this right now. The Gaddy attacking the outpost, but will he be able to save it? No, the Butchers get it finished off. And R3ddog now coming with some creep harass of his own. Actually dropped a Gaddy. I did not even see that. Dropped a Gaddy to neutralize this outpost, but Happy's creeps get in first. And R3ddog forced to pull out, but did not lose the Gaddy. So all in all, nothing really lost for R3ddog. 22 to 22, extremely even right now between Happy and R3ddog. Gaddy's going down to, he's going to try to clear the bottom. I think he was going to try to neutralize this bottom post. Would have been a little bit difficult though, because Happy did take the extra effort to bunker creeps. I think he actually has creeps bunkered in both of these outposts. And, the forward is the only... Forward doesn't really need it, because that's the one that you're around. And Balloon's coming out for Happy, trying to get the mech kill. R3ddog does see it, though, but does get hit by both Balloons. Forced away from his outpost momentarily. Has Butchers in his cargo. That would have been a huge death, losing all 4 Butchers. That's more than a tank. And R3ddog's Butchers now forcing Happy Death to pull back. Will the Buster survive? Yes, it will. R3ddog trying to shoot Happy Death, but actually low on health himself. This is a little bit dangerous for R3ddog, as the same mech needs to drop in Q heal, but does not get space to breathe. Happy Death finishing him off there. And will Happy Death be able to make more of this? This neutralization's gonna go down. Okay, and he does have enough creeps here to take the outpost under his control. Will R3ddog's absence be enough for Happy Death to gain control of this middle area? R3ddog now pulling back, but drops the grinder. Grinder so high health and will last for a very long time, but Happy Death has a grinder of his own. And both mechs, both players pull out of the low ground. The Grinder's going crazy attacking the infantry right there. Getting very, very distracted. And R3ddog, a little bit overextended, a little careless. Did get low on health and finished off by Happy Death one more time. Happy Death's going to try to kill this Grinder. That would be a very large kill for Happy Death. And there you go. Grinder going down. Gets killed by that other Grinder, and Happy Death supplemental fire. Actually has 3 creeps in here. He could have potentially gotten a decent surround on this mid. And he is going to attempt to do so right now. Needs to probably spam a little bit of infantry. Oh, the balloons. I love this balloon play. Gets really, really hard for R3ddog to stay in the area in micro. Forcing him out. You really do gain the advantage there in the, especially if it's a scramble in the mid-fight. And Happy Death going to just keep this middle outpost filled. 36 to 19, has a solid lead. All he needs to really do is hold it, play it relatively safe. Well, does lose the middle outpost because R3ddog has his tanks positioned right here. I think they are in firing range of the... I would really wish you could click and see ranges, but I think they might be in range of the outpost. But R3ddog getting chased around by these balloons. He just needs to basically take the hit over the outpost or shoot him down as best as possible. Has no real AA out, I think. I didn't see any. No Seekers, no nothing. It's just all tanks, Busters, Grinders, and really heavy armor units. And Happy Death actually putting the Grinder down to kill the T-99s. Grinder will actually survive that. And R3ddog does see that, but Happy Death will get a lot of experience here by killing those T-99s. Again, 41 to 21, so Happy Death is very, very comfortably ahead. He doesn't need to necessarily overextend himself by trying to hold mid right now. If he nears his unit cap, he probably can start doing that, trying to control mid and then getting an income advantage. But R3ddog in his scout takes a lot of damage from Happy Death. Really needs to land on Q heal, but does not choose to do so. I guess he might have already given up at that point. I'm not really sure. But he had plenty of energy, so he could have landed, healed up, and gotten back to his, any outpost there. But now Happy Death with some balloons going to try to neutralize this. Balloons are going to take a little bit of damage, but R3ddog cannot really come back here and defend easily. The balloons are going to be chasing around, and it will give Happy Death a decent amount of time. Oh, he doesn't even realize it. He didn't realize it, of course. I mean, how would he know? Middle outpost goes blue, but not going to stay like that for very long. Let's see if RedDog can do anything to mount a comeback of any kind. Really needs some big moments here. Needs to probably get a kill on Happy Death, get a couple of unit snipes, try to bring it back closer to even. But right now, 59 to 34, it's looking really, really grim for RedDog. Happy Death with a couple of SAMs. I assumed he was just going to try to get a quick neutralization on the bottom outpost, but the busters were there. Well, he could have dropped it in the back. He could have dropped it in the back, as long as RedDog didn't respond immediately, which he might have. Damn, it's a small map, and RedDog's a great player. It would have been on his mini-map, so he would have been able to respond to it immediately, most likely. But I think Happy Death right now just needs to transition into goalies, needs to switch out those Gemini for goalie, probably. He does have goalies in his queue actually already built, as you saw. They were popping up. Level 8 for Happy, level 6 for RedDog, so he is way ahead of RedDog in levels. He can make he's able to make goalies for 2 levels now, and RedDog hasn't even hit the level 7 mark. I think Berthas are 6, but unlikely that RedDog has brought Berthas. It depends. It is Storm, so it could have gotten mid-fight artillery or heavy. But I'm guessing Happy is gonna keep pumping out the goalies. I would think that he's going to switch out the Gemini, and it looks like he is just going to continually make those balloons as well. Going back to his fort, RedDog going to try to make the balloons chase as far back as possible. Okay, but the balloons did not go with Happy, or did not go following RedDog. So 47 to 50 is actually okay. So it's actually evened out a decent amount. I think mostly because Happy Death has sunk a lot of his credits into balloons. RedDog just needs to avoid getting killed now. Has a T99 down here, so he could lead the balloons to that spot, because that's really the only AA that he has out in the field that I can see. Yeah, pretty much, and it's even not even dedicated AA necessarily. A little surprised Happy Death has not tried to make a move for mid control yet, especially considering he has a lot of busters, he has a lot of grinders. He does have a goalie out in the field to lead the charge, and only has 1 Gemini left, so I would expect him to trade that out pretty soon, if not just let it die and make some more stuff. But it's nice to have that light unit counter for the butcher spam, I guess. RedDog really low on health. No more balloons out in the field for Happy Death to pull that. Oh, and actually Happy Death going down. Oh, and Happy Death and RedDog killing each other. Happy Death hitting those missiles before RedDog got the kill on Happy. So the missiles, after getting shot and killed by RedDog, or actually right before getting killed, come out and get that finish on RedDog. Happy Death gonna, would have taken a little bit longer to respawn, because he has a little bit of higher level, but now RedDog is at goalie level. I would expect him to start pumping them out as well, although he is not in great position considering Happy Death now has this bottom control, 2 Tesla towers. No healing unit there though, so that's a little bit dangerous. The Tesla towers take damage, they're very, very brittle. They're very, low health. So it's a little bit scary to see a Tesla tower down there with, or 2 Tesla towers down there with no healing units to compensate, or to supplement. But now he is starting to get us around on mid. The grinders going forward. The grinders actually are going to probably get killed. Oh no, Happy saves it in time, and now starts to ferry, puts the ratchet in front, probably mistakenly speaking. Oh, RedDog stacking creeps, but taking some at the top, just so he can get that outpost back under his control. Really needs to maintain his income against Happy Death right now. That's a very, very important piece of the puzzle if he wants to stay, a dog in this game. A red dog, if you will. Okay. So the honeypots are a big thing compared to Happy Death's ratchets. I believe ratchets take 2 upkeep, the same thing as honeypots. Or honeypots might be 3, I'm not sure. But either way, it's, less to micro and more effect for what you're trying to get out of there. But Grinder's doing lots of damage, killing the goalie up there at the top. And the Gorgon there to deter RedDog a little bit more, but he does have a big unit mass here at the bottom. 35 to 39, so actually Happy Death is now behind. What a swing in this game. And Happy Death forced to pull the majority of his units back to the high ground. One really long mid-fight here, but that's basically what Storm is. It's really hard to use the other avenues unless you have a 2v2 game going. Because you really, really have to focus on maintaining the mid-fight, keeping it there, don't have, you know, the extra hand. If you have the extra hand, you can mass up some lights or something like that for a bottom push or a top push. But even then, the problem with a top push is it's very, it's easy to catch. You can immediately see it up here. And bottom push is also easy to scout, considering you go down here for energy sometimes, and you might, do a quick pass. Scouting, because the map is so small, scouting is a lot less of a time sink than on a larger map like Duel, or, any more standard 2v2 map like Sandra Mythar, or even Crater. So on Storm, you can do a quick scout in a matter of 2 seconds, and it's not going to eat into your mid-fight concentration time as much, so it's you see them much more often, which is why you don't really see those hidden side pushes go on as much on a map like this, where you have so many lanes. 18 to 15 units out on the field. happydeath has a lot more, but 43 to 44, so what that tells you, or what that tells me, is that R3ddog's units, and R3ddog just got finished off by happydeath, but R3ddog's units are a lot more upkeep dense right now. Or, sorry, are a lot more, are a lot less upkeep dense, I guess. They take up more upkeep for the amount of credits that they've been using. So, now, okay, Devastator on the field. I guess I was just rambling too much. Didn't realize the Devastator is there, but the Brutes might be able to get this finished off, or pretty close. That is very, very dangerous for R3ddog, and the Honeypot focusing on the closer units right now. R3ddog really wants to keep that Devastator, I would think. I can't remember how many credits it is, but it's a lot. Like, well, at one point it was like 50k-ish, like 48. But I don't know what it is now. I don't remember the numbers. Too bad you can't just click it, right? Like, if I looked at R3ddog's, like, if I did that, it would be nice to get the information, but alas, does not happen. 52 to 27, wow, that is crazy. And why did the unit numbers go away? Okay, there you go. 17 to 14. So that's kind of crazy. I guess he has a lot of one upkeep units somewhere. Not really sure where. Yeah, those are creeps. 99. Well, he just has a lot of units, so I feel like this is not accurate. That's only 4 more units, but a 30 upkeep, or a 23 upkeep difference is kind of high. Gonna have to do the math on that one. But now R3ddog taking the middle outpost under his control. That Devastator doing a lot of work, tanking a lot of the damage, no pun intended. Less than half health, but still alive, still working it, and R3ddog just needs to pick it up right before it dies. happydeath spamming the grinders, which is actually a really effective tactic against so many heavies. Realistically speaking, R3ddog could switch to lighter units and just zip them by and maybe get a fort kill or tons of fort damage or an outpost neutralization or something like that, because happydeath has transitioned into such anti-heavy in those grinders and goalies. And I guess the Buster's out too. No more Gemini on the field for happydeath. And R3ddog with control of the middle is going to be hard to make a move at all. So happydeath's going to have to start, I don't know, spamming artillery. Busters were a decent... counter is a weird way to put it, but it's a decent unit to fight against this composition. It's very heavy versus heavy. But again, a transition into lights could potentially do good for either of these players. But hard to say. It's very hard to say. Again, it's a small map, so easy to scout. Not that difficult to counter once it is scouted. happydeath forced to pull back, though. Gonna probably lose this top left outpost. This top left forward. Gonna go with some SAMs for a neutralization. I mean, R3ddog doesn't have a ton on the field either. All of his units are basically sitting here. There's a goalie up here, and there's, yeah, basically nothing left over there. So this is a kind of a crazy map split right now. happydeath gonna try to take control of this top right. Can he hold it? There's only Busters over there. Gonna drop over here to force R3ddog back, but R3ddog focus firing him all the way there. Gonna get back to this top right. Does he have anything in queue? No, actually does get finished off. Last hit, level 4 creep. So R3ddog now has an opportunity to basically sweep the majority of the map. And uses his Devastators and his goalies. Probably gonna set that on Probably capture. Oh, I'm not sure. It could really be either at this point. He really has an option to do either. Attack fort or attack outpost. But he is going to go for the fort attack. Let's see if he can get the finish here. Happy Death has basically full health. Going to start butcher spamming, I would assume. Yeah, but all R3ddog has to do is put everything on hold position, and with 3 honeypots, it's going to be very hard to get anything killed. Especially considering how health dense all of these units are. Our heavy mines gonna go. Well, that was a stupid thing to say, but because it's way too late for heavy mines. This is pretty much the end of the game for Happy Death. 10 units out, or 10 units of upkeep out on the field. And there you go. Gonna go in for the kill. Gonna try to take this outpost under its control, but to no avail, I would think. The Buster's going down to. Oh man, even put it next to this rock is gonna block the way. Gets a kill on Happy Death. Another double kill. 2 double kills this game, but R3ddog taking the game over Happy Death here on Storm. That kind of swung both ways. That was pretty crazy. I could have sworn that was going to be Happy Death's game. He had a massive lead over R3ddog, and really, I didn't even notice how it moved, how it changed, how it shifted. Happy Death did sink a lot of credits into Balloons, and I guess he probably did not transition into Goliath soon enough to really take advantage of his being ahead in levels. So R3ddog, I think, basically immediately transitioned into goalies when he hit level 7. And so that basically was even when Happy Death really started to pump them out. And yeah, honestly, I didn't really even notice. So if you guys want to tell me what the hell went wrong for Happy Death in that game, you're going to be teaching me something. So let me know in the comments what you think was the turning point. And keep sending in your replays. I know ARM is buggy right now, but there are some really, really great custom maps, as you've seen on my channel, recently being made, specifically Labyrinth by Hawk485. But I also made another custom map. It's called Nail, Nestornvale, and I definitely plan on making some more. So support your local AirMech map maker. All right, guys, this is RUI, and that is game. See you next time.